Steven Rosenberg, this is Ginzburg, and welcome to Marketing Success in Under 10 Minutes. Today is going to blow everybody's mind away because we're going to be talking about Google Adwords. Gene, how are you doing?
I'm doing really well. Thank you very much, Steven. As always, very excited to be here doing the show with you.
Excited.
Yes. And today we're going to talk about Google Adwords, and I can start off the conversation. So we're going to talk about the pros and cons of using Google Adwords, and I'll just take a step back and kind of describe. So Google AdWords is the paid media, the paid search side of Google, which should have probably been around for about 15 years or so, and really kind of how digital marketing has started in the beginning was through Google AdWords. You can buy keywords and you can put an ad, and then when somebody searches for that keyword, then they will see your ad and they will click on it and buy your product. So back in the day, maybe 10, 15 years ago, this was an awesome way to get your product out there.
10, 15 years ago?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means that was a long time ago.
What's AOL dial-up? What's AOL dial-up? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so in the space, it's like digital marketing, everything, 1 year probably equals like 20 years, so like everything is like speeds up really, really fast. So 10 years ago is like ancient times when we talk about digital marketing here. Like it's like 100 years ago basically in human years.
Really far back. Okay.
But
got it.
Let me get back to Google AdWords. Awesome way to get your product out there back in the day. Now it's still a pretty good method, but the problem is that Google AdWords has become extremely expensive. Back in the day, you can probably buy a keyword for like 5 cents a click. 5 cents, nothing. Now, it's like $1 a click. Some industries, like I think the most expensive per click is like some sort of mesothelioma keyword, and it's like something like $400 a click. So
$400 a click. Wow.
Not like $400 a lead, it's $400 a click. Like that is the most expensive keyword out there right now.
Yep.
But on average, it's about $1 or $2 per keyword, which is still pretty expensive. I mean, if you compare that to Facebook, where you can get clicks or engagement for like a penny or 5 cents or 10 cents, it's extremely expensive to be using Google AdWords. Now, the pro of using Google AdWords, I will say one thing, is that it's still a really relevant method if you have an immediate need. Like if you're a consumer and you have an immediate need.
If you have an immediate need.
I think
that's a good point.
So like if you're an advertiser, like let's say if you have a business and you're a personal injury lawyer, people who have had a personal injury will Google personal injury lawyer because they have an immediate need for a personal injury lawyer. Plumbers, also extremely immediate need. If my toilet's backed up, I have a very immediate need to call a plumber and get that fixed. So businesses like that are still, I think, very, very smart for using Google AdWords. But if you have a brand where it's kind of a longer process to nurture your clients or your customers, then it really makes sense to go with Facebook. What are your thoughts, Steven?
Completely. Yep. Completely. So I think that everything that you said is pretty accurate, and I agree with the far majority of it. I think it's something that's very valuable. I think it was way more valuable back in the day when it was much cheaper, so it was more valuable for people. And I think now it's important. I think the biggest factor is the cell phone. That's going to change sort of the way people look at this when they're doing mobile searches versus desktop searches. And in certain cases, like you said, with immediate needs, it doesn't matter whether it's cell phone or desktop. But for other searching things, it's going to be very important. And I think conceptually it works. But it's not something that, unless you could find a niche product that you can get it underpriced, I don't know if it's something that I would personally spend my money to use. But I also don't have a niche product, so that changes it also, right? Yes,
that's a good point. The other way I have used Google AdWords would be for branded terms. So if I have a client and they have a certain brand name, then I have also used Google AdWords for that. But if you're looking to just acquire new customers who have never heard of your brand, who don't know what you do. And I think Google AdWords becomes very cost prohibitive now for you to execute a successful campaign to bring in new customers. You are going to be spending a lot of money and a lot of budget on acquiring one new customer versus if you go to Facebook. Right now, it's still at a pretty decent level in terms of like cost per click or cost per 1,000 impressions on Facebook, which I think over time is going to go up. Go ahead.
Well, that's what I mean. Okay, so here's my entire thing about it. Like, I love Google, and I think that they're great, and I think they're very important. With that being said, I think that Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all these Snapchat, these social media platforms and their searching databases are becoming really competitive because the biggest difference between Google and social media, or Google and Facebook, or whatever you want to say, is sort of the intimate personal details that they have on each person, right? So Google has very broad understanding.
Google has some decent data on each person. I mean,
for sure.
Have a Google
no,
account.
Not doubting that. They just don't have their very intimate stuff.
That's true.
So it's all about information. Like, Facebook has very intimate understanding of you. Social media has a much different side of people. And I think that becomes very valuable, especially because Facebook has been by far an industry leader and someone that has gone above and beyond to bring a very targeted search, a very powerful search when it comes to anybody. I mean, you can literally pinpoint it down to a grain of sand if that is your customer.
Yeah,
it's really incredible what they've been able to do. So
the other thing that I was going to say, which has been, I believe, a paradigm shift in the way we interact with customers. So it's always been a push kind of strategy, right? So you're pushing your ads onto them. It's always been a push. And Google AdWords was a push. Like, you have your ad and you have your keywords and you're pushing the ad onto your customer, your prospect. But now it's really becoming a pull because of now like you said, the interaction. It's definitely, I believe, a paradigm shift where now it's a two-way street now. It's not just like, here's my ad, look at it, buy my stuff. Now it's like a two-way street where like people can leave comments. Your prospects and customers can leave comments. They can leave ideas. They can leave customer service, issues. Like, it's everything, and now is in the public eye, and everything is seen. But also, you can get a lot more feedback through all of this two-way street now that was not available when Google first started their Google AdWords.
Exactly. Yep. 100% right. So, yeah, from a marketing standpoint, I think that yes. Can Google Ad Search be very effective for you? Of course it can. Is it going to be expensive? Probably. Yeah. Can you do something similar and get better or similar results using Facebook? Well, I want to say it's free. It's not free, but to do the majority of things that matter most, which is ultimately what service or product you're offering. Because if you don't have a good service and you don't have a good product, you're going to lose no matter what.
Yes,
I think that's a big factor that people overlook too, because you can have the best targeting platform in the world, but if you can't deliver, then of course it's not going to work. I just think it's important to put that out there for people, and you always have to be testing new things, because whatever we're saying today, even if we were live streaming this, I mean, by the time it gets to people, it could be a totally different story, because we all know over the last 10 years, all of the big players have changed their platforms and their rules consistently. I mean, YouTube is still changing its platform and putting its user base on its forehead, especially the people that earn money doing that. And same thing with...
And one thing is that everything is a test. So yeah, everything that we can be saying now could work, maybe in 5 years does not work, but everything in marketing and digital marketing is a test. And I mean in marketing in general, but let's just talk about specifically digital marketing.
Yeah, exactly. So we'd love to hear what everybody else thinks. I'm really excited we got to talk about this today, Gene. It's something that I just wanted to get off my chest for everybody, and I was finally able to do that. How are you feeling? Do you feel like we really added value? And touched all the important, exciting points.
I think so, and we would love to hear from our audiences. Do you use Google AdWords? Do you find that it's valuable? Do you find it effective for your marketing? If you don't, what are you using? We would love to hear your feedback. As always, we love hearing from our audiences.
All right, you guys.
Thanks.
Take care. We'll see you next time.
Thanks so much for watching. We hope you'll continue to get involved and join us as we help you find success in your entrepreneurial journey. Please follow, like, and share with others who will find this beneficial. We'll see you on the next episode of Marketing Success in Under 10 Minutes with Stephen and Jean.